Day 173 for the vlog, and the day rating for the day was a 7. Got a decent amount of sleep. I think last night I was just really tired and took like a late nap and left the light on to get everything done. Just broke everything up too much, and I felt kind of rested. At the end of the day, I really started to crash. But still trying to get on a regular sleeping schedule. We're gonna go to sleep for 5.5, 6 hours and not do 2 or 3 hours and break it up, do another 2 or 3 hours. So we'll see what happens tonight. Don't have a early alarm set for tomorrow, but I do need to get up and get going. Got the weigh in or for the challenge, the 8-week challenge tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. And gotta walk the pup. Probably gonna try to squeeze in a run before then. Trying to see my mom for dinner. I need to call and confirm that she'll be there. There might be a small chance she's still in California visiting family. I should have called today, and I just it got late too quick, and I came out of work, played with the pup for a bit, and just laid down, and within about 5 minutes I was out for an hour and a half. About an hour and a half. And so I had a late start, late dinner, didn't have dinner till almost 10. Funny stories, I left my phone in my place. So I got to work, and there's a login, and it sends you a text message to log in for the day. I couldn't log in. I was on the phone for about 20-25 minutes with someone trying to help, and they said, you didn't have it set up for an email. So next time you get your phone back, you're gonna have to set that up. It would be wise of you to set it up. Like, I agree. So thankfully there wasn't a lot of phone calls today, and I didn't need it, but if I did, I could send information to my manager, my buddy that sits behind me, and have him look up the record and tell me what information I need. But what else? Came back, did something I'm not sure it was at the gym, but I'm having a lot of pain right in here. It's like a little bit when I'm extending my wrist. Tried to massage it out, and there's a bunch of little knots in my hand. Thought it'd go away, and I'm not sure if it's something I did from lifting, which I don't get because I did more legs yesterday. So I'm not sure what caused it to flare up. I'm hoping it's just something minor. Hoping it's not some kind of tendonitis or carpal tunnel. Nothing like that. Hopefully. Besides that, got in the run. Got back into a workout. Realized that there's a race that a 10K I'm training for. It's normally in May. I'll probably say it again, but it's in October 9th. 10K. So it's 7 or 8 weeks out. So I really need to get some mileage going. Like to get back in the 50s. Like to get some speed work, and I'm gonna start training some mountains. Speaking of that, going over mountains, but my buddy called me today when I was out doing my workout, and he called and said, hey man, I'm trying to get back into running, took a lot of time off. I got this ultra trail race sometime next year, but I want to give myself plenty of time to get some miles in, feel good about it. I want to know if you'd be interested in running together once or twice a week. And he's like, you're someone I don't want to let down, so I figure if we can meet up, I'll always, if we can find a time, I'm not going to say no to you or bail out. I'm like, dude, that's awesome, let's do it. So our first run's going to be Monday, Sounds like Monday at 7 p.m. We got a trail on the side of the mountain. Actually, I don't know if it's going to go on the side or through the mountain, but we're going to meet there at 7 and see how it goes. So that'll be fun. I haven't seen my buddy in well over a year, probably 2 or 3. But he lives on my side of town, so that'll be great to see him and run with him a bit. And then we might start doing long runs together on Saturdays. We'll see how that goes. And the workout today, I did the 5 by quarter mile repeats, so 5 by 400. First one was at 6:09 pace, second one was 5:28 pace, then 5:43, back to 5:28, and the last one was a little bit slower, 5:37. But I knew it was going to feel off today. I knew because the leg workout yesterday, and my back was sore. I did the cleans yesterday, and that really strained my back out. It's not terrible, but I definitely feel that tightness, and I think a little bit from an injury or accident, however you want to label it. It's weaker or more sensitive, so it's easy to kind of throw out of place. Whereas I think before the accident, I don't believe it would have been this sore. It would have just been maybe a regular sore, tight sore, but this feels like impact sore, or sores and someone like punched me or kneed me kind of good. So I don't know how much of it that affected the run. The legs are feeling decent. I feel like my stride was a little bit off. I was going up and down with the speed and gears. And the lungs were fairly good. There was one part, I think on the the fourth one, where I was just, maybe the last 10 seconds, just drained. Something hit me like, ooh, like a giant wall. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And I was worried about COVID. Because the roommate, and thankfully the test came out negative yesterday, so that's good. And then mine were negative as well. And just in the back of my mind, I'm gonna feel it if I get it, because my lungs are gonna get filled up with that gunk, or have a harder time breathing. And so that scared me for a sec. I was like, well, if that was it, that was the sign. I don't have enough air in my lungs. But thankfully it was fine. I don't know if I overthought it or wasn't breathing well enough. But it was fine. That was the fourth one, so finished the fifth one fine. And then got in, it was maybe a mile and a half. I wanted to get in back to 5 miles, so I made sure to go out a little bit longer, so the cool down was longer. Then came back, played with the pup for a bit. I was unsure what I wanted to eat. I really feel like a pizza. I feel like I haven't had a pizza in a month, which is a little bit strange. But I know I'm gonna start that challenge tomorrow. My trainer still wants me to take pictures of my lunch and dinner, and I feel like once I'm in this challenge, I'm really gonna want to eat cleaner, because I'm gonna be competing against so many other people. I don't know, figure out more of everything tomorrow, what it's gonna include. From what it sounds like, it's gonna be body weight, or body fat loss, and then percentage loss, and then muscle mass increase, percentage muscle mass increase. So hopefully those are 2 things I can excel at. We'll see. I still want that pizza. I'm still thinking about it. But today, kind of a funny story. I forgot my phone, so I couldn't log in. I couldn't listen to my usual podcasts and videos and music. So I just listened to SiriusXM online, which was fine. I listened in between comedy and some music, and I listened to a 30 for 30 podcast about, was it March 11th, 2020, when the first pandemic kind of went around, shut down from basketball, and trickled down from other sports. But they said that was kind of a good thing because they could have saved a lot more lives, because if they would have tried to keep playing, more and more people would have been affected, maybe sooner. So I think they put it in perspective of how real it got. So that was interesting, hearing from players' perspective, coaches' perspective, the refs' perspective, a few fans' perspective, the reporters' perspective. Oh my gosh, there was so many people that they had that were saying, getting text messages and getting updates and were concerned or were being tested. And here we are, still dealing with it a year later, more than a year later. What else? Listen to Old Man Star-Lord on the Marvel channel. Finished the last episodes 9 and 10 of that. That was fun to watch, to listen to. And we had nachos. Very tasty nachos. And every once in a while, work normally does it 2 or 3 times a year. They didn't do it. I think we did it once last year because of everything. And they sent out an email yesterday saying, lunch tomorrow, nachos. We're gonna have beef, chicken, and the guac, salsa. I think they said beans and cheese, or of course the cheese, but what was else? Forgetting something. Salsa, beans, guac, jalapenos. The jalapenos. So try to put a big scoop of beef and then the chicken on there. Both were really good. And of course, a little bit of cheese, like just enough cheese. So try not to overdo it. It's probably the fake kind of cheese too, but man, it tastes so good for nachos. Then I added some jalapeno and some guac. And I had 2 plates with that, so probably didn't help. My stomach felt a little bit tight. I don't feel as light either with my runs, but I'm sure it's just the protein sitting there as opposed to a carbs. Chicken process a little bit easier. So I need to try to find that balance again of carbs versus protein. Still gain muscle and weight, but still be conducive to running. But again, those nachos were good. So I tried to eat a little bit healthier today. And so I thought against pizza, and finally I was like, you know what, forget it. I'll just do chicken, and I had some leftover rice with a little bit of veggies in there. But I know pizza's going to be eaten away at me until I get it, so I'm not sure if this weekend or next weekend, but I think within the next 2 weeks I'll probably have a good pizza serving, if not over serving, and get it out of my system and then refocus in from there. I'm trying to cut back on the sweets while I do this 8-week challenge. I had a couple of the chocolate almonds today. I had 3 before dinner and then another 5 or 6 after I finished everything. I almost just wanted to say it just, if you just finished off the jar, which is only like, there's probably a good handful left, a good generous handful left. I just don't want to keep looking at it doing this challenge, so if I don't have it there, I can get rid of the temptation. So we'll see what happens. But tomorrow the weigh-in's at 9. Try to get a run before that, because the rest of the days I'd probably be busy running around, cleaning, getting lunch, walking the dog, driving up north, hopefully having dinner with my mom. If not, probably do it next weekend. But again, I'm going to call her tomorrow and just confirm where she's at and go from there. But still got some reading to do. Gonna do that, and then we'll call it a night. The push-ups are done. Only did 100 because again, that hand wrist thing. So the last 25 I did knuckle push-ups, which is a little bit more strenuous, but I just didn't want to put any more stress on my hand being flexed like that. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, if it gets any better. But that's it for tonight. So run your life with health and happiness, and have a good night.